What's going on, YouTube? Got an inflation update today. It actually came out yesterday, but your boy had a slight cold, so nobody want to hear me hacking and shit on the mic. Barely want to listen to myself regular, let alone coughing and stuff. Basically, we're in a sticky situation here. Shit's not going down. Inflation's not going down at the rate we needed to, and at all right now. We were just stagnant in the last report. Core, which is, I guess, the Fed's preferred metric, we're sitting at 3.3%. And that's what it was last month. So we have stalled in the threes. We want to be in the twos, so not great. I know it doesn't sound honestly that bad. Hey, you want to go for 2%? We're at 3%. It's only a % off, but I mean in reality we're at somewhere around 55% higher than we need to be. 1.6 times what we need to be in inflation terms. And if you know anything about compound interest, hey, that 3% versus 2% is going to make a big difference. And the problem is, I don't see how we're going down from here, because from what I can understand, it seems like a big portion of the inflation metrics that's holding it up is home prices, rents of homes and apartments and such. And I don't see that going down. The problem is these prices that are set in this way, I don't even know what they're defined as, but like these things don't come down. They don't really decrease. Like whenever have you had your rent decreased? It just doesn't happen. Home prices fluctuate, but there's a threshold where they just really don't come down that much. They take gas and food out of this metric of inflation, which, I mean, on one hand I get it, and on the other hand I don't. Obviously every human needs gas, energy basically, and food to survive, and they take it out because it's volatile. And that makes sense. You want a smoother metric, but at the same time they're super important things. Gas prices go down, food can decrease in prices, but at the same time, does it though? Because I don't know any restaurant or fast food. Maybe grocery stores do it here and there, depending obviously on what the supply is looking like, if you're in season, out of season, blah blah blah. I don't remember that ever in my life going to a restaurant and the food price has went down. It just doesn't happen. So when these prices go up, they stay up, and they're not going to come down. And we're sitting, like I said, 3.3%, not where we need to be. And the real problem comes when the Fed is going to cut rates again next month. Or not next month, next week, sorry about that. Wednesday, they're cutting rates. We don't know that for a fact. The prediction is in the upper 90% that they're cutting rates. So they're cutting rates. The market assumes the rates are being cut. They will be cut, because if they buck that expectation, other problems will arise. So they're anticipating a cut and then a pause in January, but probably another quarter point. Interest rates go down just a tad more. I think we're at like 4% now after this cut next week. It's not going to save it. It doesn't matter. They're cutting rates because the job market is starting to weaken. Overall, I think the economy is weakening in general, not just the job market. Shit's getting tough. It's been tough, and it's going to continue to be tough. And I don't think it's getting any better from here. We're on the downhill at this point, and you'll have to let me know if you disagree. But I don't see any positives coming out here. I know I was listening to some earlier where they were talking about Consumer Reports, where they interview people and ask them how they feel about like the economic outlook. And it was like the most people within the last 5 years feel optimistic about it. I'm assuming that has a bunch of stuff to do with the election. Not getting into that here, but if I'm being honest with you, my opinion is Trump's not saving your ass either. I hope I'm wrong. I hope somehow they turn it all around, everything's great and all roses. I don't think it's happening. Just not going to happen. It doesn't work like that. It's not a one-man gig like that. So, like I said, hope I'm wrong and everything is sunshine and rainbows and we're all gravy from there, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. Inflation's here to stay. If your raises are not keeping up, I hope they are. If you're watching this video and you're getting sweet raises, hey, I'm proud of you. Congrats. If you're switching jobs to grind your way up, stay ahead of everything, hey, I appreciate it. I can appreciate it. Good on you. That's what I'm trying to do myself. I'm trying to stay ahead of everything. But on average, people are falling behind, and they're going to continue to fall behind. And honestly, if you believe anything mainstream media has to say. They will be telling you that when Trump comes in, they're about to slap these tariffs on people, supposedly. And if anything, it's going to reignite inflation. And I'll throw the chart in here of the inflation stagnating, but it just doesn't look great. It's not going to work out for the regular people of this country. The pain's going to get worse. The economy's going to get worse. The job market's going to get worse. And I hope you're ready, because I'm trying to be ready. Sorry about that. I had to test the light, see if it's better or worse. I can't tell if it looks better or worse. We'll see in the after effects. Might have to turn it up a little bit. But I hope you're getting ahead somehow. Working your ass off to get ahead, because that's the only way I think at this point you're getting ahead. Unless you got a bunch of money in Bitcoin, but I don't know. That doesn't seem to. Inflation doesn't have any impact on that. But let me know if you guys got anything out of the video. Like it if you liked it. Dislike it if you didn't. I'm going to make another one when I get home about actual job market stuff, because that's a little bit more interesting right now. Shit's getting a little wild. Like I said, this all ties together. Whether that's a good thing, probably not. But I'll catch you guys in the next one.